I should put on a bio break message just to let people know that I am indeed here. I'm gonna come back soon. Here. Totally. I am not mentally absent. I swear. Not on anything valuable, dude. I just swear. Alright, more or less on time. Dear Lord, what the fuck is going on with my internet right now? Is it just solid yellow? Now red. I guess if it's gonna be like this, I can do something else. Oh yeah! I was gonna handle some stuff from the Nameless Star. I got a couple of events and the projection from the warp. God damn. I'm just not gonna get green tonight, am I? Well, I guess if it's going to be like that, I can... let's see, wood chip management, back to the bridge. Rebuild the party! Because, yeah, I haven't been liking the pets that much. They're cool. I just prefer to have a better action economy on my guides. I'm not even updating anything. Which means everyone else must be using a shitload of bandwidth right now. I have a suspicion that it's my nephews having discovered YouTube games. Anyway, let's try right now. I need training. Start with me. Yes, I would like to reset all progress. Let's hit one Medicaid so I can actually use stuff. Rebel and Slaughter. And just focus on psionics as best I can. Psychic barrage, stabilizing factors, or manipulation. Willpower. Oh. Still relatively short range. Oh, I should probably turn off BioBreak. So yeah, given the fucking bandwidth, right? Given how unstable the internet is for me right now, I don't expect any real progress. Especially if it keeps up. I haven't... figure I got 4-bar display there with the progressing from a short bar to tall bar, and it has not been green yet tonight. I should probably snitch on my nephews to the family about looking YouTube games, because those are killing the bandwidth. Anyway, I think I will go back to being a pyromancer. Let's see, I guess perception, maybe? Let's see, reduces enemy dodge chance, which would be good. As well. Oh, the Psyker is not in the target's line of sight or is in cover. Resistance tests are reduced. That'd be quite nice. You can also get biophysical distortion to add more stuff onto Ignite. I am just dropping frames like mad. It's like hovering around 60% dropped frames, so I can't imagine what it's like on your guys' end. So if anyone's even watching, considering how bad stuff is. Distortion. deterioration. Whenever an effect applied by the Psyker increases damage suffered by a target, the effect is increased by half. Melting armor wouldn't do that. Sparks the greater flame. All damage over time effects applied by the Psyker have a 10% critical hit chance. Increased by all bonuses to critical hit chance. That would also apply to... yeah. The poison, or the poison from biophysical distortion. My god. Let's see, Burning Blood. Whenever the Psyker uses psychic power, all enemies adjacent to the Psyker suffer 4 damage. Same also happens when the Psyker suffers damage from burning, bleeding, or melee. Body of flames. Armor against fire damage, and half that against energy damage. Oh my. Blazing Inferno on top of Sparks with a greater flame? And I'm pretty sure damage over time would increase that as well. Backdraft 2, probably? So, Psyker uses damaging power, target from 6% far away, stuff happens. Usage of a heroic act decreases veil degradation, that'd be nice. Can use damaging psychic power while threatened, without provoking. Not damaging never. Provoke. Blade of Light could be me. Neat. Oh, it's just straight psi rating to force weapons. Cool. I think I am going to go for more warp. Something I should be really, really good at. Increased firing rate doesn't really matter. Attacks are harder to dodge and enjoy greater penetration. Area attacks deal additional damage equal to the number of attacked targets. Sure. The Sparks with greater flame for that extra crit chance. Let's get agility up. For what's that? Dodge reduction. Melee improved initiative. Would be a reason to switch that over. So I can act faster. Let's see here. Orchestrate flames. Target doesn't stop burning and no longer makes tests to stop burning. Target is an ally. Every melee attack that inflicts burning damage on Firestorm would go well with the Firearm Mastery upgrade. Let's go for Firestorm then. Or Warp. I guess Ballistic Skill. Psychic Barrage. Blazing Inferno, and then Psychic Barrage. Second Sight. Yeah. Sacred Majoris. And Awareness? Demolition. Let's go for Medicaid. Decks are harder to dodge. Improved armor penetration, sure. Master Tactician. Arch Militant, maybe. Ship. Something I'm not at all good with. Bounty Hunter. Methodical killers who leave trails of dead bodies in their wake. Choose their next target before the previous one has even realized it's dead. Critical hits. Something I'm kind of speccing into at this point. Defense reduction. Sure. Down prey. Mark any enemy in combat as prey when I kill that target. Gain stacking bonus depending on the enemy's difficulty tier, 1 to 2. I heal some I gain temporary wounds, 3 to 4. Improved critical damage. And critical chance until the end of combat. And both 4, 5 through 7. 3 charges at the start of combat. Molten Beam. Double the damage of Ignite to all creatures in a 12. Let's see, Inflame. Till the end of combat, all burning effects deal plus 14 damage. Yeah, 12 cell line, reducing armor by 14 to the end of combat. If enemy's armor falls to 0, we can Whoop Burn effect. Let's grab Inflame first. And Melting Armor to go with that. Wild Hunt simultaneously makes several attacks. Number of attacks is equal to the number of prey in combat. These attacks are equal to divided among all prey in a line of sight. Always hit, always score crits. AP increase. More willpower. Relentless Blaze. No, Fire Within. Free attack every now and then. It should be hitting critical hits pretty often. Toughness for buffs. Deterioration doesn't really apply. First round over combat, all psychic powers with biomancy discipline cost 1 less action point. Let's go for Obscured Threat. More willpower. Subtle Manipulation, in case I get caught in melee. And... Molten Beam. Sanguine Siphon deals damage plus 1 stack of this effect. Damage dealt to target adjacent, they gain 2 stacks. This is basically temporary HP versus... Let's go for Fire with it. Free attacks. And lower warp. Ballistic Scope, I think. Sacred Terminus. Yes. And boom. I will keep what I've got right now. It's like a needle rifle for an extra bit of toxin. Nightmares. Some extra Medicae, so I'm really good at Medicae. Nice basic efficient armored body glove. I'm getting some extra weapon skill from something. Grenadier stuff. See, as for Cabela, yes, like to reset Cabela. I could make her something other than thing, but no. Medicae, Death Waltz. Agility bonus. Damage with swords. Blinding blades. Weapon skill instead of intelligence. Race against death. Emotions. Lost scars. Bloody Requiem. Dance partners. On one hand, I really want to give her a two-handed sword. Oh, quite nice. Let's see, all strikes made as part of the Blade Dancer directed against the same target. Last strike does double damage, killing rhythm. When if a Blade Dancer kills an enemy with an attack of opportunity, they immediately gain an extra charge of death from above, paid with blood. Shadow Dancer. It's less than 50% wounds, gain dodge and movement points. They also gain extra dodge and movement for every unconscious ally in combat. Spinning blades. Whenever the Blade Dancer makes a parry, the number of attacks made by the next Blade Dancer is increased by 1, stacking up to agility bonus times. Unforgiving. If the Blade Dancer loses any number of wounds, their next attack deals more damage, plus causes the Blade Dancer to suffer an injury or trauma. That bonus damage is doubled. And then you got all the Blood Blessed and Blood Cursed stuff. Which could be fun. So yeah, I think I'll avoid the dual weapon stuff. Medicae for that extra critical damage, or Death Warden for the extra critical damage, and making Medicae better. Oh, but then I can't pick up all the good stuff. Veins. Creature with Bloodstained or Blessed gains an extra stack whenever 2% more damage for each stack. Suffers more damage. I guess what I can do is get basic stuff. Yeah, let's get weapon skill up. Toughness would also be nice. Yeah, even out toughness. Acrobatic artistry. And Medicae. Let's get weapon skill up some more. Whereas tempo, steady hand. So much I want. Slip away. Shadow Dancer. Guillotine. Facing the end. Escape Artist. Let's go for Duelist. Awareness, Carouse, Suppose. There, charge, nimble. So I think dueling mastery for that extra parry. Also for charges of death from above, and it deals extra damage. Blade is in his hand. More weapon skill. Captive audience. Sweeping motions, maybe? Steady hand, actually, for more parry. Let's go for agility next. Get carouse up even higher. Retribution will not die. So nimble to get that extra dodge. Athletics, I suppose. More agility, please. I'll go for sweeping motions. And more dodge. Killing enemies, or to make enemies harder or easier to hit. So then it's Assassin, Executioner. Yeah, Executioner was doing pretty good. High damage, dodge reduction, threat elimination, hit and run would be nice. But dear lord, Executioner is fantastic. Whenever the Executioner inflicts damage over time, someone already suffering the effect. Let's make a resistance test at penalty, scaling with Executioner's Medicae to instantly, if they fail, immediately suffer additional instance of damage from the initial effect. And inflicts more stacks of it. Melee attacks inflict 5 levels of bleeding on all targets hit. Applied after all other effects are applied and where it hurts. Next successful attack against anyone suffering a dot effect. Suffers 3 additional instances of the damage from that effect. Is removed and until the end of combat, target cannot be affected by damage over effect. Oh. So it's good for finishing stuff off, but I should be careful to only use it for that. Oh, let's see. Exsanguination immediately inflicts bleeding on an ally of their choice. Ally gains bonus to dodge. And now gives torment. Start the next turn, gains bonuses, parameters for each creature in combat suffering the following effects: toxin, burning, and bleeding. Dodge per creature. Okay. Next ranged attack or psychic staff ability. Inflicts damage over time. All targets hit. Pain resonance. All enemies suffering from damage over time effects at a 4-cell radius immediately suffer extra instance of damage. They must pass a resistance test at penalty or suffer an additional effect. Pain resonance seems pretty good. Ooh, straight extra armor. Vivisection for Lord Xenos. Tormenting Strain. Sword of Distress. Sickening Pain. Single instance of damage from any of the Executioner's damage over time effects deals damage equal to or more than 10% of the enemy's maximum wounds. The enemy gains 1 stack of fatigue. Racking weakness. Damage dealt by the Executioner's dot effects increased by increase for armor penalties on the target. Oh man, I should have grabbed the bonus wounds effect. Blinding Blades would have been nice. Race Against Death would have been really good. Spinning Blades would have been nice with all of the parry stacking I was doing. If only I could have everything. Anyway. Reckless Abandon places 30% of maximum wounds with temporary until the end of combat. While they have temporary wounds, their melee attacks and dot effects deal an additional amount of damage. Terrifying Strike next melee attack forces all enemies had to run away from the Executioner in a straight line up to 3 targets. During this movement, targets do not provoke attacks of opportunity and leave a bloody trail on the ground, which remains until the end of combat. Movement through these cells costs the Executioner no movement points. Go for Pain Resonance again. So, Acute Pain. Whenever an enemy suffers damage from a dot effect inflicted by the Executioner for the first time in combat, the damage is doubled. If an enemy suffering from an Executioner's dot effect is suffering from bleeding, burning, and toxin. At the same time, Anatomy Expert, maximum number of wounds for the Executioner depends on their Medicaid of their toughness. That could be pretty good. Battle of Attrition. Start of each round, all enemies suffering from any damage over time effects from any sources inflicted by the Executioner have their incoming damage over time from any source increased by 20%. Bloody Trail. Moving all bleeding enemies, leave a bloody trail on the ground, which remains for 1 round. Moving through these cells is free. Whenever an enemy inflicted from toxin, or suffering from toxin inflicted by the Executioner dies, all enemies in a 2-cell radius suffer 3 levels of toxin, deep over laceration. Scourging Strikes. Melee critical hits inflict 7 levels of bleeding instead of 5. Does it hurt? All dot effects inflicted by the have a critical hit chance. Everlasting Agony. To make the pain resonance stuff last longer and be harder to resist. Fragile Playthings. First instance of damage dealt by the Executioner's dot effects in a round reduces the enemy's armor by until the end of combat. May be inflicted on multiple enemies per round, but only once per enemy. Stacks. Hardened Body. Or if the Executioner or other parties are inflicted by damage a dot effect, these effects deal only 50% of their damage. Stacks multiplicatively. Depending on the number of Executioners with this perk in the... or I guess talent in the party. Internal Bleeding. When pushing an enemy, the Executioner inflicts 7 levels of bleeding on the enemy. Invigorating Screams. Oh, whenever an enemy in a 4-cell radius around the executioner suffers from damage over time, or from damage over time effect, the executioner gains wounds. Ooh. Mending flames. Sickening pain. Tormenting strain. Let's see, invigorating screams. Carnival of misery. AP increase. More weapon skill. Expert. Yes. Hmm. Let's go for Reckless Abandon. Start of each round, all enemies suffering from any damage over the time effects inflicted by the executioner have their incoming damage over time from any source increased by 20%. All encompassing agony. No. Damage from basically the first tick of dots inflicted by the executioner deals double damage. Is there a thing for... Did I already grab? Where was... Breathe? If the executioner used Reckless Abandon in the previous rounds, and by the start of the turn still has temporary wounds, they are healed. 10 wounds. Master of Torture, Mending Flames, Internal Bleeding. You're not really going to be pushing. Hardened Body. Reduced dot damage. Medicaid. Definitely. And agility. And Combat Master. It will not die. Yeah, let's go for no melee superiority bonus. Get you set up with one of the cool two-handed weapons I've got somewhere. Where are they? Great sword, serrated great sword. Yes. An 115% dodge, god damn. $76 wounds. Anyway, Abelard. You next. Still dropping 60% of frames. How nice. Warrior. Let's see, athletics. Thing. Thick skin. Okay. Oh, okay. If you want to parry, your armor needs to be as high as possible. Alright, let's see, hardened scars. Yeah, for better stuff. The skill up, reckless strike. Forceful strike. Pushes enemies away. Keep your athletics up. Yeah, more weapon skill, your toughness is already pretty good. Late combat training. Critical hits and parries. Let's go for carouse. Center of slaughter. Yeah, let's go for priority target. Disarm. Deception. Living shield. Opening strike. Ramming speed. Reckless fury. Yes. I think I'll grab the 3. Let's see, sworn enemy. Yeah, taunting scream still. Then, let's see. Dueling Mastery for the extra parry. Let's see, agility is dodge reduction. Dodge chance. Or more toughness, because you want to be on the front line. Carouse. Ramming speed. Medicae, I suppose. Agility. Swift movements. Thick skin. I do want fleet combat training. Center of Slaughter is nice. Damage dealt by charge. Not necessary. Executioner. Vanguard would be fun. Let's go for Vanguard. Bulwark. Gain damage deflection against ranged attacks. Able to stacks up an yielding beacon. Let's see, forces an enemy in melee range to immediately attack the Vanguard. Vanguard's allies who wield melee weapons adjacent can make an attack of opportunity against the attack. They take more damage from these attacks of opportunities and have a penalty to parry and dodge. Force distraction, follow my lead. Until the start of their turn, the Vanguard and all their allies gain damage. Bonus to damage, armor penetration, or to damage and armor penetration against enemies at 2 cell, or around the Vanguard. Vanguard moves. The area of effect moves with them. Gain following. Can make move to any cell within their line of sight in a 2 cell radius around. Aha! Wall of Rockcrete. Vanguard and allies nearby gain temporary wounds. Affected ally or targets take 50% damage from the next attack. Lasts until the start of the Vanguard's next turn. Defensive stance. Gains a bunch of parry until the next turn. When they parry an attack, they immediately make an attack of opportunity. At penalty. Yes. Well, let's see. Combat Master be pretty good. Melee Weapon Specialist, actually. Ooh. Vanguard has at least one temporary wound. They gain parry and armor. Formidable distraction. All enemies in a 2 cell radius around the Vanguard suffer a penalty to dodge against all attacks except the Vanguard's. If any of these enemies consider the Vanguard a priority target, they have a 50% higher penalty to dodge instead. So beacon. Let's see, so unyielding beacon gives proportional armor and parry bonuses. Critical hits deal less damage to the Vanguard. Let's see, taunting defense. Taunting opportunity. Whenever the Vanguard hits an enemy with an attack of opportunity, that enemy must make a power resistance test or consider the Vanguard priority. Start the Vanguard's turn. Before their temporary wounds are lost, they gain a strength bonus for 1 round equal to the number of temporary wounds. Counter-attack stance. Defensive stance has a reduced penalty. And those attacks of opportunity deal less. Oh, so, nice. Words of Endurance. Whenever the Vanguard ally to Celebrities is about to be hit, grants them 3 temporary wounds once per round per ally. More Resolve when at maximum stacks of Unyielding Beacon. Whenever an attack made by an ally hits the Vanguard for the first time, it deals no damage. If it's a burst attack, that applies to the first successful hit in each burst. It's per round. When an enemy that considers the Vanguard a... Oh my god! It's green! Holy shit. Protective Word. Attack stance. Set it for tension. Yeah, Unyielding Guard. Till the next turn, Vanguard attempts to attack each enemy that attacks the Vanguard or their allies in a 3-cell radius around the Vanguard. Nice. Automatically moving to do all that stuff. Let's get your weapon skill up. And Enduring Shield. Wall of Rock Crate. To go with that. Athletics. Okay, so I can only get 1 more until I level up. Counterattack stance would be nice. That's for endurance. Wall of Ferrocrete to gain an additional temporary wounds from Wall of Rockcrete. I might go for... No. Counterattack stance I think will be good. Shield Mastery. Nimble would be nice. I don't really need dual weapon combat. Combat Master would be great. Yeah, the superiority. As well. Let's get your toughness up. I don't need your lore warp or lore Xenos. That would actually be really good. Oh, evasive maneuvers. Allies with braced effect or affected by the Navy officer's other non-attacking archetype abilities gain a dodge bonus for 1 round. Non-stacking. The Navy officer and their allies with the braced effect do not provoke attacks of opportunity. Let's go for Get Off Me. While the braced effect lasts, the Navy officer can use the Get Off Me ability once per round, and targets of their melee attacks must pass agility. Ah, okay, that's why. That's why they've been getting knocked on their asses. Dodge is low, but my parry is really, really high. And yeah, I want you to have the needle pistol. Could give you the axe. Extra critical damage since you're going to be critting so much. It's like 1 less damage cap, but inflicting bleeding to go with all the dots that my other mainstays are going to be inflicting. Also, I should get that Civitas. Yeah. As your offhand. So that's the half the party I'm always going to have on hand ready. I'm going to go take a bio break and figure out what the hell I want to do with the rest of these guys.
back.
What? Wrong thing. Honestly, I kind of like where Argenta is. So she's fine. I'm pretty sure that... No, I do want to refigure Cassia. Hello. Training time. Persuasion, I suppose. Down, finest hour. Let's see here. The Veil of Protection. Bonus Fellowship. Alright, let's give you willpower. Unblinking Stare. Oh, that would be really good with Abelard's new stuff. Threads and faults, of course unraveled. Strange vitality. Stable routes. A little bit more willpower. Held in my gaze. Master of Time. Mind over matter, so that all resistance tests and her hit points are calculated on her willpower. Law, additional action point, or more perception. These sorts of warp damage. Yeah, let's get you more movement. And commerce. I guess some awareness wouldn't be unwanted. Let's remove negative effects. Some more awareness to make up for not having the other one around. Perception. Yes. Let's do reveal the light. Blinking stare. I think veil of protection. And under my protection. Get commerce up. And I guess ballistic skill. Really, either will do. Fellowship's also good. Indemnity of souls. And 3 attacks. I actually think I do want her to be an overseer. Because the Summer Eagle is pretty damn useful, but I think it also caused some instability earlier. Really funny to give her Vanguard. She really shouldn't be coming under attack, though. She also has really high dodge. Well, she can make proper use of the Master Tactician stuff, so she should have a pretty high fellowship bonus. Let's see, Glimpse of Fate, Emulate the Soul, Mend Reality. Yeah. Let's do, of course, Untraveled. Ebb and Flow. Orchestrated Firestorm. And more willpower. Willpower. Oh, actually, skills with perception. Okay, Undamned of Souls. But yeah, Course Untraveled. Vigil Beyond Time. Versus this ability on any target marks the target. They must pass a willpower resistance test to avoid it. Second use returns the target to the position where it was during the first use. Restores its wounds to the state they were. Sure, the path could be fun. Light the soul. When burning, psychers suffer additional damage every time they use psychic powers, and demons every time they attack or use psychic powers. Let's go for that. I would like some more buffs, but having some more anti-demon fuckery would be quite nice. So undam the Sea of Souls. Awareness. Yeah, let's pop awareness to 100. Perception up to 70. Yeah. Warp. Perhaps waves. I think I will go for Mastery of Time. Yeah. There we go. Now, who else? Could turn Pascal into a plasma weapon. User. I do believe that I will. Okay, could you retrain Pascal? Tech use. Medical weaponry. Ballistic skill. Aiming protocols. Skirmish protocols. Charge protocols. More ballistic skill. Perfect spot. Tech use. Sniper expertise. Filter protocols. Provokes attacks of opportunity. Logic. More logic. perception for dodge reduction. Sharpshooter would be nice. I think I've got all I can. So let's start picking up. That's just splash area. Now first, plasma. Safety training. Xenos. Mitigate. Let's go for awareness. Technical knowledge. I guess intimidation. Start a power block. Overclocking module. Piercing charge. Plasma bank. Yeah, reloading stuff is faster. Promethium treatment. Piercing charge. Overclocking module. Is it no? Additional attack with plasma weapon in the first round of combat and when reloading. First time each subsequent round. Okay, use some more intelligence. Some more perception as well. Enhanced splash area. Intimidation. Yeah, I don't really... I think I might go for Assassin. High damage, dodge and dodge reduction, threat elimination, hit and run, sure. Seek opening. Duns Macabre. Fainting attack. It's 10% lethality. Yeah, let's go for fainting attack. Force movement. Squisitive. Dodge grants damage for the next successful attack. Mortally effective. It's target with an attack that has 100 lethality or greater for the first time, and he immediately regains AP spent for that attack. I think professional acumen for free use of assassin abilities. Dispatch. Cannot miss, deals 50% more damage, also deals additional damage equal to missing 25% of the target's missing wounds. Dodge, dodge reduction, armor penetration, parry reduction, doubled for the attack. AP increase. And ballistic skill. Exposing communion. Don't think dual weapon works. Piercing charge. Ballistic skill. Awareness. Tech use, actually. Next attack does not count towards the hemorrhage, elusive shadow, most priority attack, and gains elusive until next attack. Poised to strike. Assess makes an enemy suffer a penalty to armor and deflection. Scaling on agility. Killing edge. Attacks, granting 40% dodge to the target of the attack. If it hits, deals an additional plus 16 damage increased by twice the percentage. Target's missing wounds. Death Whisper would be nice. Just an extra free attack. So for his hemorrhage, I think it is like bleed. And lethality is equal to dodge or dodge reduction, whichever is higher. So making sure that Pascal has plenty of dodge would be a good idea. So extra attack, or can move through enemies and gains dodge and dodge reduction. Attacks deal 10% more damage, partial cover. Has improved efficiency. Let's go for elusive shadow, make him a bit harder. And yeah, I think I have everything I can get for plasma. Scanner mechadendrites for extra perception, utility. You know, I might as well grab those. Let's go for intelligence. Skirmish protocols. Plasma Weapon Expert for +2 maximum damage. And let's make sure to give you a plasma gun. Only a medium armor. So yeah, your lethality ain't that great. Can't even put on you. Chance for extra MP on dealing damage. Raises momentum to 175. Killing 5 enemies in a row on a single turn. That could be quite... could actually take effect. Charge slash Dance Macabre. See whenever the wearer makes a melee area attack. Ranged attacks do +2 damage. +2% damage. So Oh, also I like the demon tool on me. Aye, and... Okay, yeah, that's better. I don't think I have a superior cape. Do I have anyone that's particularly iconoclast? Follower, you aren't an adherent. Or no, you weren't an adherent for iconoclast. But I also don't want to drop 5 of your things because you're very much built on... then again, I got your parry really, really high, so I could replace the stimulant injector. Give you just a flat 10 to all of your skills. Straight +3 MP. Bladed boots. More agility and more athletics. I'm gonna keep though. +2 MP when making a more critical chance to the end of the round. Making melee area attacks. Also, let's sort these by slot. Actually, maybe Jai would be better for the thing. Injector there, and then Jai can have... then again, the exhaustion stuff is fun. Then again, am I really sold on using her? If not her, then who else? You know, I think for the time being I'll just roll with Pascal. Do I want to rebuild Argenta? Probably. And I need training. Argenta. You are a soldier. Medicaid trained. So then, rapid reload. Swift slaughter, tenderize. Let's see, muzzle velocity in ballistic skill and rapid reload. Ballistic skill. Controlled shot. And perception. Do I need strength? Probably not. And we have purification. Let me have hatred. Demolition. Area attacks. It's retribution. Actually, no, maybe I should make that. Demolition engineer. Point blank. And agility. Let's go for perception. Still. Concentrated fire. Demolition. Agility. Tenets of retribution. For warning to make controlled shot cheaper to use. Litany of hatred. Let's see, bolt weapon expert. And awareness, I suppose. Rate of fire. Attacks are harder to dodge and penetrate armor. Oh, and then you don't have too many options, do you? So I guess I do need to go Arch Militant. You make a... So you gain versatility. Or you make a single shot melee attack. Area melee. Okay. So whenever you just attack in most cases. Kick, confident approach, cautious approach, devastating attack. Let's rush. Wildfire for extra attacks. Going for wildfire. Begin combat with 2 stacks of versatility. Gain weapon skill and ballistic skill in combat. More critical damage. Dependable. Split weakness. Preferred targets. Customs to glory. Adaptability. Arms Master. Awaiting orders every round. First single target ability used. A lot of haze. Close quarters training. Use 200 ranged weapons within melee range, but with that penalty. Steady superiority. Ballistic skill. Oh. Just mental area attacks. Reduce deflection of all enemies by 2. Oh. Reduce their dodge. Flash fire. Focal point. Gunner. Wait, do I have heavy weapon proficiency on her? No. Wait, heavy gunner? Heavy weapon attacks are faster. More weapon, their ballistic skill. Reckless rush. More devastating attack. Let's go for kick again. Heavy weapon proficiency. Demolition. Burst attacks. Let's go for the area attacks. With dismantle. A little bit more agility. And fine weapon expert. Don't even need to change up her build at all. Plus 6% damage with ranged attacks versus resolve from killing at enemies. Let's go for Gunslinger's helmet. Can I get better boots on you? Yeah. Plus 2 MP. 25% of plus 2 AP when dealing damage to an enemy. So they want automatic hits with single attacks on bolter weapons. I think that is okay. Alright, let's start poking around. Man, I have still dropped like most of my frames this stream. What the fuck is my internet like? Why is my internet like this right now? It's just gonna be like this. I'm just gonna cut off. Sorry for stream quality and all that and cutting off early, but goddamn.